Hello, hello. Welcome back to my channel, Jungle Queen TV. And today we're back with another special guest, Coach Hill. How
Yes,
are
ma'am.
you
I'm good.
today?
How about yourself? Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
doing wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to sit down and speak with you today.
Yes, ma'am.
It is really a blessing. So let's let everybody know. First of all, I have a question. Before we let you know anything, can I get in your business?
Yes, ma'am. You can.
Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right on into his business. So, who are you and what is it that you do?
Well, my name is William Hill. I'm from Waco, Texas, of course. I'm just a normal guy like everybody else. I'm a coach. I also do janitorial work. Janitorial work. I'm very honest, so I'm gonna just be real. Janitorial, and I also do spray foam roofing.
Oh,
So
okay.
I just get it.
Just jack of all trades. That's what
Yes,
it
ma'am.
sounds like.
I'm also I'm not gonna say a single dad, but I have been raising my kids by myself for a while now.
Okay.
I have an 18-year-old daughter named Zanaya. I have a 15-year-old son named Christian, and a 13-year-old daughter named Tatiana. And they also have a little brother and little sister who call me daddy, so they're gonna get right in there too.
Okay.
So you have Juliana who just turned 5, 2 days ago. So
Happy birthday.
happy birthday! And then you have Elijah who's 7, and he's just a blessing himself. So.
Oh, shout out to all you guys. Now, what is your educational background?
Well, I have a bachelor's degree in physical education with a biblical studies minor, coaching minor, from Trinity Bible College, and that's based out of Ellendale, North Dakota.
Wow.
So, yes, ma'am.
That's beautiful. So, let me ask, what does Waco mean to you for you to be giving back to our community, especially for the men?
Yes, ma'am. Well, Waco means a lot to me. Especially starting my own basketball team. That's also a LLC, so it's also a business. So I treat it as a business.
Right.
But also to impact those lives of the community, the men, young men, youth, just to give them something positive to do. And
Right.
I was born and raised here in Waco, so giving back to the community is real big for me.
Exactly. I love to hear that because I have cousins and nephews, and they got a lot of talent, and we need everybody to go ahead and put that good talent and that good energy into something positive. Okay? It may be a little bit harder to do, but it's going to pay out for you. Okay?
I agree.
Exactly. So now let's speak about your children a little more. So does any of your children say, hey, I love what you're doing, I think I want to do that? Do they want to follow into your footsteps? And will you leave this to any of them?
Well, speaking of my Waco Terror team, they've always been there from the beginning since 2015 when I started as an independent team. They're sort of behind the scenes. If I have a problem with a player or something like that, I'll ask them, hey, what do you think? Oh, Dad, let them go.
Right.
So leaving this to them, I get they grew up around it.
Right.
The coaching, so they get burnt out on it. So leaving that to them, it's gonna be here for whoever wants to, and probably be more likely my son will take over later on in life. He also plays basketball, but as far as my girls go, Tatiana is more the tomboyish type, the sports type. Now Zanaya's the girly girl. She plays them sports too, volleyball and stuff like that. But they're not really like, yeah, we're gonna take over what you're doing. But they definitely want to impact lives and follow in my footsteps in some sort. Right. I see them doing that now.
Great. So have they started talking to you about maybe having their own business or what they want to do?
Yeah. My son, he wants to, of course, every teenage kid, if they're in sports, I want to be a professional athlete. But like I tell them, that's not promised. You have millions of people that want to, become professional athletes, and they fall short.
And even if they make it, you could get hurt. That could end your career. So then
exactly. You got to have a backup plan. So I really push education. Get that education. Get that piece of paper. And nowadays, if you look at it, and I'm not trying to sound funny about education, but at least finish high school. Because I see a lot of people out here that start their own businesses. They don't go to college. They're getting good money.
Right.
They're not working for nobody. So I encourage my son, my daughters, all of them, no matter what you're doing, go out there and get it. Well, you go to school, be the best student you can. If you want to be an athlete, be the best athlete you can. You want to own a business, be the best business owner that you can.
You heard it. I I mean, I can't say it better than that. Be the best that you can be, no matter what it is that you do. Be great at what it is that you do.
Exactly.
Okay. So let's speak about motivation. I ask everybody, what is your favorite motivational quote?
My favorite motivational quote would have to be, let's see, there's so many of them that run through my mind.
I know, right? It's hard to choose just one.
I mean, I guess I go with every day when I wake up, I tell myself, first of all, wake up being positive. Whatever you do, and like I just said, if you're going to fail or be successful, do it going 110 miles an hour. And never quit. Always get back up. Because if you're labeled a failure if you don't get back up and keep trying.
So I've always heard one to piggyback off of that.
Yes, ma'am.
Fail forward. So you will fail.
Yeah.
But once you fail, you should have learned something from that. Once you learn what you learned, apply it. Try it again. And now you know better. So fail forward until you get to be as successful as you want to be.
I agree. I like that.
And could. All right. So when exactly was the Waco Terror basketball team established?
Well, the Waco Terror basketball team was established in 2015 as an independent team. Just playing games, various little leagues in Central Texas. Then we moved into the TBA, which is the Texas Basketball Association, from 2016 to 2018, I want to say. And then we moved to a different league, but they're not playing this year. So then we just became independent and stuff like that.
So what exactly does independent mean?
Independent is like an open schedule. You schedule your own games. You travel where you want to travel. What else? That's pretty much it for as far as independent schedule goes.
Now, where do you go to recruit your team players?
My players I like to do a lot of in-house. I've found out that works better for me. If I just, hand select guys, like we may have tryouts or something, but to hand select guys, and then they have guys that go to like Mary Hardin Baylor, University of Texas, University of Texas Tyler. Then you have Paul Quinn, I believe Paul Quinn College. I have players on my team from Paul Quinn. Just various guys mixed in with a couple local guys, and that's where the word of mouth. My players really go out there and help me recruit my guys.
So word of mouth is very powerful for you.
It is.
Good.
And just reaching out. I mean, if I'm on social media and I see a guy, posting some films and he's looking for a team, hey, I'll reach out. I don't mind.
So post. You never know who's watching you. If you're passionate about something, you may not want to put yourself out there, but in this time with quarantine and everything that's going on, social media outlets and the web period is going to be a great way to get yourself recognized.
Yeah, social media is real big nowadays,
Right.
From adults to youth, it's real big.
So, what is your mascot?
Waco the Clown.
How did that come about?
Well, it came from my PR person that I had in the past. I'm not going to mention any names because they're kind of sensitive about that. And they just brought the idea up of, that should be Waco the Clown. And we were just joking about it. And I was like, that's pretty all right. Because most people, they don't know how to pronounce Waco. They say Waco. So with that being said, okay, this clown is crazy. People look at him, they're like, oh, he's all like, his teeth are out. He's all like this. So, okay, Waco then. So Waco the Clown. So
you made something that seemed to be kind of negative because let's be honest. I want to be clear here. I used to get offended when people say Waco. It's not Waco. It's Waco. But you've turned that. You've made a total pivot and put a positive stamp on it. Yes. And I really think that is creative. Yeah, you got to have a creative mind, especially when you're trying to stay ahead of other teams, other minor league teams. There's a lot of creative guys out there. I'm friends with tons of people all across the state, all across the United States. So when I see some ideas they may have, I'll inbox them or call them, hey man, and we just network. Networking is key. So yeah, it definitely took the
the Waco the clown and put a spin on it, because but don't get it wrong. I still correct people if they say Waco instead of Waco because hey, we're we're not talking about Waco the clown. We're talking about our city. So if you say, "Oh, that's Waco," no, it's pronounced Waco. So I
Right.
do correct people.
Right. Put some respect on our city,
Yeah,
okay?
most definitely.
Well, let's talk about creativity. Those jerseys are just fire. Let's just be
Yeah, dude. Yes,
honest.
ma'am. Yes,
Who's
ma'am.
responsible for the designs?
Well, with everything going on, and a lot of people on social media probably seen the Black Lives Matter ones I just posted,
Mm-hmm.
and also they've probably seen me go down to the protest down at Cameron Park we had, and just doing a lot of community work.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like, man, maybe I can't get to these parts of the United States where all this is going on, all the racial tension towards our people.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do is, you know what, I want to make a statement by doing something. So I started thinking, and I seen a picture, and I was like, those are all the people that have lost their lives through either police brutality or just brutality against our people in general. So I like, boom, I sent it to my guy. He started brainstorming with me, and we just put the Black Lives Matter jerseys together. And then the other uniforms we have, those are just all me, man. All my ideas in my head, I just put them on paper.
So dope. And if you haven't seen the jersey, go ahead and go hit them up on social media
Yeah.
because it is awesome and I can't wait until they drop. I can't wait to
Yeah.
see you guys play in them. I also, what about shirts?
Well, what we're doing is, and I'll get on either today or tomorrow. I'll definitely get that up for everybody. On all my social media sites, on Twitter, it's at Terra Waco. Instagram is TerraMade_254. And then you have us on Facebook, of course, which is Waco Terra Basketball. And I will post everything on there. We're gonna start pre-ordering for the shirts. And we're not trying to get rich off of them. They'll be $10 a shirt. And so you can reach out to me on social media like that. And we also have a Cash App account. So if people want to start paying for their shirts, once they come in, then boom, we just get them out to them like that. We also have got people want jerseys. I know people want them Black Lives Matter jerseys.
I know I do. I was going to ask you that, but I don't know.
And so what I'm going to do is, hey, I may take a survey or forget the survey. I might just get out there and just boom, who wants to order a jersey and do the pre-order? You can either send the money Cash App, pre-order for the jersey or shirt. You just got to make the memo of what the money is for. And we'll make sure to, hey, hit on my man. He gonna get them out to me. So I do need a certain amount before I can just order from him. So yeah, we gonna get it going.
Already. Well, let's talk about what your ultimate goal is for Waco Terra basketball team and how can the community help you get there?
My biggest thing and my biggest goal for the Waco Terra basketball team is to pretty much, man, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. We fire right now. We're hot right now. Like with us trying to get into the TBT tournament, which is a $2 million tournament. And I'm just being honest right now. The likelihood of us getting in that is very slim right now because of the virus and stuff going on. So they've taken that field and dropped it down from a certain number to a lower number. Politics. Okay. Politics being teams that have been there before, teams that, because they're not going to have fans there, they're just going to have TV. So what they want to do is really promote that with teams that have already been in it. But I understand the politics, but hey, we still got a little small chance. We might get in that thing, but if not, it's
right. And you never know. And with the community's help,
yeah,
we could definitely get there. Yeah. So Waco, it's time to stand up so we can show out on that court and represent for our city. So go ahead and help the basketball team, Waco Terra basketball team, to get to where we need to be.
And to touch base on that, it's really bigger than the TBT. I'm more worried about, not worried, but focused on, like you said, our community. Let's pack these gyms out, man. Just even if we don't make big, come support the Waco Terra, man, because we have been doing a lot of work over the years. 5 years strong, 2015 to now, and I've been the only one running it.
Right.
So,
and you've been doing an awesome job, and forgive me for just now being aware of the basketball team, but now plenty of other people are going to be aware of this basketball team. And that's what we do. Everyone should be aware of what's going on in your community, because look at how awesome Coach Hill is and what you're doing for our community. Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
everybody deserves to know that. And I saw that you had an interview on the news. It was about a minute or two, you know. But now you have as many minutes as you need to be able to tell us exactly what you got going on, because it's that important to us, I feel.
And I appreciate you guys.
Of course. Well, let's talk about that. You have been busy, very busy with interviews this month and just, putting Waco Terra basketball team out there. So let's just talk about the month of May by itself, because according to your social media, you've been busy. So about how many interviews or how many platforms have you been on to speak about the basketball team?
Let's see, I did like you said, I did the Fox 44, I did KWTX, I did the Courtney Hall show, shout out to Courtney Hall, down in Houston, Texas. I did the Jesus Ortiz show, I did Rebirth Network, which is a radio show out of Houston with Coach Mike. Shout out Coach Mike. Also did 94.5, The Beat, little radio segment. Man, I know I'm missing one. About 7 of them. What is it? Go Be Great Radio out of Houston also. So I did that as well. So it's been pretty busy.
Wow, that's a blessing in itself. And shout out to all of the people who interviewed him in their platforms, and go look them up and hit them up as well. So I want to go ahead and ask, because you have great things to tell people. So what would you say to someone who wants to be a coach or who wants to be a team player and they don't know what to do or where to start or even have the motivation?
I would tell them nothing's easy. Don't get in there and just think it's going to take off like it did. Like it did for me. It did take off, but it took steps. You got to take small steps to get to greater things. And so I would tell somebody, if they're trying to get into this, don't expect to get out there and just boom, because it gets overwhelming. Especially because this isn't a full-time job. Like, at the end of the day, I don't get paid for this.
Right.
You still got to be able to balance. Balance is key if you're going to do this. Because like you got to balance family, you got to balance work, you got to balance the guys. As far as a player goes that wants to get involved in this, they definitely have to have the patience, because dealing with me, it's pretty easy. Like, I have a pretty good solid group of guys. Some of these guys have been playing with me 3-4 years, some since the beginning. So they have to find that balance in their life too, because it's hard being that leader on the court when you don't really know how to lead in life. It's hard when, and sorry if I offend anybody, but I'm blunt, take it how you want to take it. A lot of people, a lot of men, women too, come from single parent homes. And so with that being said, some of them don't have that guidance. They don't know how to be a leader because all they know is the streets.
True.
So when I put them in a position to be that leader, it takes them a while to catch on.
Right.
And some guys have even seen it, like they've even told me, "Hey coach, man, I see you like an uncle. I see you like a father figure type, because we see what you're doing is great." And that's mainly what it's about. This is a ministry. So it takes a while.
Talk about it.
It takes a while. Yes, ma'am.
Amen. All right. So now I want to go into a little bit of coaching and games. What is your coaching technique?
My coaching technique is, let's speak about the guys first. The guys have so much probably negativity in their life. This is their outlet.
Right.
So I let them come in and do what they do. I don't try to hold them back or nothing. I just let them play ball. And also, like I just spoke about, try to coach them up, try to teach them. You can't teach IQ, but you can teach the little things that they can do right in on and off the court. Just like, when we go into the schools and we talk to the Boys to Men program ran by Ronte Lamar, you speak to those kids about overcoming adversity. and what they want to do with their life, and how you got to take little steps sometimes. Now, some people just get it, and it just boom, it happens like that. But a lot of the times, you got to take the baby steps. You know, just like with us, we're gonna be having an anti-bullying rally, and I'll get the dates out to everybody. You know, where I'm gonna have the G boys out of Houston come up and talk and perform and speak about their anti-bullying mentorship program that they do for the kids in their community and their kids themselves. So I'm not sure if they've been a victim of bullying or they've seen their friends being bullied, but they really stand up for that. So we're going to do that here in Waco, and I'm going to be speaking. I'm going to be having some players speak and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's all positive.
And what were their names?
The G Boys.
Shout out to the G Boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, would you prefer team players who are already veterans, or are you okay and patient with molding?
I've learned with the veterans, it's easier just to, if you want quick wins, you get the veterans. But with my team, I've taken guys that have had to be molded, and now they are veterans. So does that
makes a lot of sense?
Makes sense. So some people are born veterans. Some people are born natural leaders. You know, you don't have to mold them. Some of them just get it, boom. You know, I'm gonna speak on my son a little bit just because, hey, that's my son. He's a natural leader. He's a hard worker. Has he had to be molded? Has he had to put in the work? Yeah, like everybody does. Just like I do mentally, I have to put in the work for the coaching and all that. But now he understands he can go on the court and he can lead, and he knows, oh man, I messed up. He corrects it by himself. So it takes a lot of hard work, man. It really does.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
So what do you look for in a team captain?
Somebody, see, most people think team captain is somebody that's going to yell at the team while they're on the court with them. My team captains, I look for leadership both on and off the court. You have to get out here in these schools. You got to be a mentor also. The kids going to see Coach Hill all day. The kids don't want to see Coach Hill. They want to see the players. They want to see the players with the jerseys. So what I look for is natural leadership on and off the court. When you're on the court, making the smart play. Are you selfish? Or are you going to get your teammates involved?
Right.
You know, are you somebody that's going to be vocal in a timeout? Or are you going to be somebody that's going to cut down another man? That's somebody that's been cut down probably their whole life. You know? So you got to build them up as well as be honest with them. Because I'm like, hey, you can ask my guys, Coach Hill going to tell us like it is, but then he going to build you up. So it's one of those things.
Right. So I would say never critiquing is good. Well, never criticize someone without, giving them something to look forward to, or giving them something to push forward to help them out. Don't just leave them hanging and say you didn't do this right, or you can't get right. Help me get right.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So what topics are covered in your meetings?
Well, we do a lot of online meetings, Zoom meetings, because guys are all over the place. So topics we talk about, we game plan. We talk about individuals, like, hey, we may watch a little film, figure out a way to watch the film together via Zoom, and I'll break a guy down. We talk about making the smart plays. We talk about community outreaches, and just basic stuff, schedules, time of games.
Right.
Just like a team teach type time.
Okay. Well, you guys just had a game yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
So how did that go? Did it go how you expected it to go?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna put this out there first. I have much respect for the Temple Hawks and Alton. That's my boy. I'll never down talk him or his team. But when you come in shorthanded like he did, and one of his players got hurt, keep him in prayer. And we have a full squad of 12. Yeah, it's gonna get ugly. It's gonna get ugly. But yeah, the game went exactly, Temple versus Waco, it went exactly how I needed it to go, and we came out with the win. I'm not gonna really touch on the score.
Right.
You can look on my social media if you want to see it, but it came out good. We came out rusty, but we settled down, and we sort of just took the game over.
Good. Okay. Well, about how many titles, tournaments, and trophies have you guys won?
As far as the men's team, seven. Seven trophies. You know, we have tournament. We won a couple tournaments also. But my main goal is, and we've won division titles. We've won a few tournaments. But my main goal is that league championship. You know, I can have rings at the house, all kinds of division titles, but if you're not winning that league championship, it's not, that ain't what that is.
Right.
You know, but hey, I'll take a division title because you know when people look at my resume, yeah, my resume goes from middle school to high school to college to minor league basketball, football, all that. So my resume is strong. So to me, it's all about building up the resume. So when I go and if I want to coach at a college, hey, here you go. And they're like, man, you know, that's pretty impressive. So on a resume, it looks good. But for the guys, I know they're really hungry for a championship.
I know that's right.
Not just a division championship. They want the whole thing this year. So
they want the whole thing.
Let's go get it.
So what does your team do right before a game to get in the zone?
A lot of them listen to music. A lot of them, they're goofy, man. I'm gonna be real. A lot of those guys are goofy. They laugh, they joke, they play. That's pretty much what they do. I don't know what else they do, you know. But hey, some of them they're just goofy, man. They put on their headphones. Some of them go off by themselves. Like me, I'll come in here. I just want to be left alone. Game plan, stuff like that. Or I may just be out there being goofy with them, shooting the ball with them, and just having fun, playing with kids that are running around or whatever the case may be. That's how I get into the game. But I know when it's game time, I know my guys know what to do, what to run, how to know certain situations on the court so they can adjust themselves. And my whole thing is you're to the age where you don't need to be coached that much. If you've been with me for so many years, I expect you to know the plays. I expect you to know my system. If you can't do that, I have to bring you over here on this bench. You can sit by coach and chill. Man, we'll see. We may get you in there sometime at some point in the game, but you ain't ready for this level. I just don't. I don't need that. Very blunt.
Very blunt, and that's the way to be.
Yeah.
So I know you guys do some mentoring. Can you touch bases on that?
Well, like I mentioned a little while ago, the mentoring, the Boys and Men program, or we go into Alta Vista Elementary. We talk to the kids, like I said, about overcoming adversity and stuff like that. We sign autographs. We take pictures with them, and they love that. The kids have a lot of questions. Some of the questions the kids ask is, of course, how did you become a basketball player? Are you any good? Are you trying to go pro? I mean, can we come to your games and all that? So I think just to impact the life. I'm big on impacting lives. Like I touched base earlier in the interview. I'm really big on Elijah and Juliana. Because, you know, maybe they're, let me see, I don't want to step on anybody's toes. Well, whatever. Their real dads, we just gonna say what it is, everybody, aren't impacting their lives like how they see me. So when I go into a school or I talk to some kids at a camp or something like that, I look at all their faces. You know, they're excited to see somebody up there that cares about them, that wants to take time out of their day to impact their life. You know, just like when I did the Zoom video, I went into Destined for Greatness, which is an AAU team ran by Coach McCoy here in Waco. Shout out Coach McCoy. And I said, you know what? All my players are busy. I'm just getting off work. I'm going to use the Destined for Greatness platform to videotape some of these drills to send to those kids. And they were out of Illinois. So it was about maybe 6 or 7 kids that were just on my cell phone, and they're talking to me and they're asking me questions and stuff like that. And they're doing the drills right along with the Destined for Greatness people.
Yeah.
So still, even though I wasn't doing the drills, it made them feel good that somebody cared enough to show them some new drills and give them some words of encouragement.
And that's what we're doing forever from here on out. Let's just put it that way. We are impacting lives, not only in our community of Waco, but wherever. As you see, anywhere we can reach you. We can reach you with the power of the internet, honey, okay? So get with Coach Hill about anything that you've heard today. Go follow him on all his social media platforms to keep up with the Waco Terror basketball team.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
I just want to thank you. Thank you for being able to be so professional, first of all, very professional,
Thank
checking
you.
in with me all the time, and just for me to be able
Yes,
to
ma'am.
hear your story.
Thank you.
And I thank you. Thank you for what you're doing for our community.
Yes, ma'am. And thank you for having me. And anytime, just reach out. Let me shout out again. Uh, Facebook, Waco Terror Basketball. Instagram is TerrorMade_254. Twitter is @TerrorWaco. You can also find our games on YouTube. Just type in Waco Terror Basketball.
Alrighty, and we out.